Good morning, Poet fans. Welcome to WCPoets.com and another edition of our Alumni Feature Friday here on the Whittier College Sports Network. I'm Lance Frady, Associate Athletic Director for Communications, and joining me today, former men's basketball guard or point guard, Eric Jennings. Eric, thanks for hopping on with me today.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me, Lance.
Yeah, no, it's great catching up with you. It's been a while since you graduated back in 2016, but how has quarantine been with you and your family?
Like anything, it's been tough. We've had, friends that are older have passed away, unfortunately. But for me and my family, we've been hanging on, just surviving and, taking it day by day. We actually been recently vaccinated.
Okay.
I believe it was last Friday. So
Okay.
just taking those steps to just stay safe. So
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely the vaccine. I got my first one probably 3 weeks ago and getting my second one here as well. So hopefully everybody can get vaccinated so we can kind of move on and move forward here in the coming months. But,
yeah.
are you in touch with former teammates?
Oh yeah, actually, because millennials, we grew up with social media, so that definitely keeps us in touch. But outside of that, yeah, we have our little group text. We're always communicating with each other almost every day, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely in touch with, I would say about 7 to 10 of them at least every day.
Okay. And are you missing basketball?
Oh, of course. I miss it every day. I try to stay safe. I stay away from uh, the basketball court as much as possible, even though how tough it is, because for me,
Mhm.
I like playing basketball. It clears my mind. But it's just, yeah, I miss it every day.
Mhm. Now, you graduated back in 2016. Take me through what you've been doing since graduation.
Well, since graduation, I been on many career paths. I've done construction, and in fact, I actually worked with my dad on helping the Whittier College football field and
Yeah,
track.
the new turf
I
and the
was a part
track.
of that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I believe I've seen you there actually in the
Yeah.
meetings, but yeah. But outside after that, I actually got my master's in business and healthcare administration, and then I moved careers into healthcare. So I decided to work for a small practice, a vascular surgery practice, but then I decided to shift again because I was inspired by a few friends actually, and they told me to, become a firefighter. So I decided to start on that path, and I'm currently in my EMT program right now.
Okay. And how much more time do you have left in the program?
So I just started it a couple weeks ago, so I have about
Okay.
till June.
Okay.
So it'll be a full semester.
Mhm. Now, this is the time of pivoting. So you are doing it the right way, it looks like, because
Yes.
everything is fluid in the time of COVID right now.
Yeah.
But while you were at Whittier, did you ever think you were going to be an EMT or going to the medical field?
No, I thought I was going to be in business because I was a business major at Whittier. I thought I
Mhm.
was going to be in business, my whole life,
Mhm.
and I guess it can pertain to business if I were to, be promoted or anything like that. But no, I thought, because Whittier, it definitely gave me a good foundation, I believe, and
Mhm.
I thought it was just going to be, just straight business my whole life.
Of course. Did your dad want you to follow in his footsteps?
He's very understandable. He wanted me to follow my passion. The owner actually, because it was a small company, he wanted me to follow, behind just to because of if my dad ever retires or anything like that, I can, step in. But I was like, I don't know. I don't think construction is my thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like you mentioned earlier, your dad's never going to retire, probably
No,
ever.
yeah, yeah, he's never gonna retire.
No. You're from Etiwana High School, Fontana area. Why Whittier College for you?
So there was a couple reasons. One was obviously locality. It was only 45 minutes away, outside of going out of state.
Mhm.
Two, it's I believe that at the time Whittier was well, and still was education oriented, meaning they're really trying to further students' knowledge, and also I had the opportunity to play right off the bat in terms of basketball. So that definitely was the three things that definitely influenced me on going to Whittier.
Mm-hmm. And how was it being a student athlete at a small school?
It was fun. The school was actually half the size of the high school I went to.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a social learning experience for me. I definitely had fun, and because everybody knew each other, so it was kind of like a whole huge family.
Mm-hmm. Of course, especially in the athletic community where we have 450 athletes and everyone supports each other. And talking about the games, we had probably some of the best crowds in the conference. Nobody
Yeah,
but wanted to play us inside the GAC.
yeah, it was definitely a great experience when students would come and watch our games. I never expected that, so it was definitely fun.
Yeah. Now, have you been playing in any of the alumni games? Do you usually take part in those when we were having them?
Oh yeah, of course. Of
Hmm.
course. Yeah, I always try to show up every year.
Hmm.
And then I participate in the little alumni activities as well.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I do like coming back to Whittier.
Great. Well, hopefully we'll be having all that this coming October for homecoming, and we can get the alumni game going as well. So that would be great. Now, over
Oh,
your career, you're a 1,000-point scorer. You were named first team All Skag your senior year, second team All Skag your junior year. You helped lead your team to a Skag tournament berth in 2014, 2015, and 2016. Do you ever look back at those games in the playoffs or those seasons reflecting on your career?
oh, of course, all the time. you know, I think every athlete, always looks back and say, "Oh, what could I have done better?" or "What could I have done to help my team win more?" Because in all those instances, I wish I could have done this. I regret doing that or not doing that. So I look back all the time. It's a curse and a blessing because you can remember the good times versus the bad times. So definitely, I always remember those times.
And those were a solid 4 years for you and the basketball program. And the other day I was talking with Rock Carter, the athletic director, and telling him we were going to be sitting down to do this interview. And I was telling him about these three tournament bursts that you guys had, and he remembered every single situation at the end of the game. And back in 2014, you guys lost at Claremont Mudd Script 62-60, and it came down the wire, and they ended up winning the game at the last second. But then you also had a road loss to Chapman in 2015. And according to Rock, he thought Chapman was pretty much the best team in the conference that year, and they were really good. And
They
then in
were.
2016, you clinched the number 2 seed, and you guys lost 76-74 to Redlands at the very last second where they made a three-pointer. You guys had an open basket at the end, just didn't convert it. But are you able to reimagine and look back at those games and remember every single situation that you guys had?
Yes, I can remember every little detail. It's haunting at times, but it's
Yeah, not to
definitely
dwell on those losses there in the postseason, but man,
yeah. No, it was tough. Because every year we had a great team actually. And you just don't pull it out sometimes, and unfortunately, it happened more than once. But yeah, no, it definitely dawns on me, and I'm just like, dang, I wish those, I wish I made that 3-pointer or something like that. But yeah, I remember every little detail. It's just, but it's nice at times because like, oh, I was actually in that situation to begin with, so it's definitely a blessing.
of course, and not many people can say that they were in that situation. Of
Yeah.
course. Now you finished with 1,046 career points. You averaged 10.5 points per game. You shot a career high 49% from the field, 37% from 3-point territory, 80% from the free throw line. Impressive numbers. You also added 30 blocks, 252 assists, and 341 rebounds. Did you ever want to play at the next level after posting those impressive numbers over a career?
I actually did. I got a agent and everything. But over time, I was thinking, I don't know if I really want to keep going because if you have a mentor, they usually talk about having a plan B after your athletic career, and that kind of for me, it mentally got to me because I wanted to, start that plan B already, because I didn't want to, wait and then come back from playing overseas and be like, oh, what do I do now?
Mhm.
So I decided to, just cut it off and
Mhm.
start my professional career in terms of, beginning to earn money right away. But and that I was thinking about it, and sometimes that's just how life goes. You have to
Mhm.
sometimes get start other things and
Of
get
course.
started on things. You have to, yeah, that
Yeah.
really.
And you have goals that you want to achieve, and you've been supported by your family and friends. And, you look back at an impressive career you had over 4 years, and there's nothing to be ashamed about there. But you can also teach private lessons, clinics, camps. I mean, you still can be involved in basketball.
Have sons or daughters who are trying to become a basketball player, or I would actually help them train just on my off time.
Mhm.
But definitely, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now, at Whittier College, you were busy. You were successful academically as well. How did you balance everything?
Uh, Really, it's a couple things. One was the main thing was time management. For me, it was because making sure I would eat food, or even just sleep a good amount of hours, because if you don't sleep, obviously you're going to be a little loopy, for lack of better words. But also, what helped me a lot was self discipline, meaning not going out when I had to study, or just actually breaking down, sitting down and studying, versus going to the court, or and practicing my skills and stuff like that. So a lot of self discipline, because it's easy to just go out and do whatever
Yeah.
you know during the daytime, and not actually focus and do what you got to do. So but
Mhm.
yeah, I just wanted to give me the most success with my time at Whittier.
Mhm. And you definitely did. Now, the last question I have with you for today are any words of advice for athletes who are planning to attend Whittier College that might be able to help guide them in this process of choosing Whittier College or another institution, a big school or a small school, or maybe any future recruits that are looking at Whittier but are kind of on the fence? Any words of encouragement or advice for those student athletes?
Definitely some advice for current students would be, definitely focus on becoming the best you while you have this time. And that means, like I said before, like study, both the books and your sport. Because with this time is a growing experience. Definitely for me, it was a growing experience. And at Whittier, since it was a small school, it was perfect. You had great faculty that were there on call, and just definitely focus on growing and becoming the best you. And for recruits or whoever is thinking about becoming coming in Whittier, just pull the trigger. Just come on down. Uh, but I would say, you come on down and have fun, because it that's all you can do in life is have fun. And I believe Whittier definitely gives you that type of experience. It's a family, liberally educated, experience that give you that sense of, oh, I can actually grow from here, instead of being locked down in a big school and saying, there's someone always to my left and right, instead of being,
Of course.
so uh,
Yeah.
unstable, stuff like
It's
that.
the small settings like you talked about. The professors know about your name, not by a statistic. They care about your education. They care about you being in the class. So you really can't hide anywhere at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
And even if you did try to hide it, you have the opportunity to have someone there be like, oh, I've been in that instance, or I can help you through it, or anything like that,
Mhm.
because they give you that opportunity. And it's all about, for me, it was about opportunity. So I felt like Whittier gave me the best opportunity versus all the other schools, whether they were big or even small.
Mhm. Of course. Well, hey, Eric, it was great talking to you today. That's all the time I have with you for our Alumni Feature Friday. Thank you so much for hopping on with me. Please tell your parents hi for me.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to see you in October for the homecoming weekend.
Oh yeah, thank you, Lance, for having me. I even though it's Wednesday, I hope this airs on Friday. No, I'm just kidding. No, but thank you for having me. And I do hope to attend in October, because I want
Mhm.
to see everyone and
Of course. Yeah. And good luck with the rest of the medical career, becoming an EMT, firefighter. I mean, it is definitely a strenuous program for sure, but if anybody can stick it out, I know you can finish it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.